Today we're hanging out with Jim Tonkin, who's the principal of Healthy Brand Builders. He is a beverage guru. Jim, I'd like to ask you about what you see on the show floor, what you see as the sort of state of the beverage world. We were talking a little about condition specific. Is that the story? Is that one of the stories?
It is, Todd. To me, I've been talking about this probably for the last 5 years, perhaps a little ahead of the curve. But I believe as I've toured the show floor, when I talk about condition specific, I'm talking about cardio health, everything from cholesterol to blood pressure, eye health, brain health, joint health, et cetera. I really believe that over the next 5 to 10 years, with the baby boomer aging, brain health as an example is something on everybody's mind. Right. Joint health, as we all get older, you know, getting out of bed in the morning, if you're a pounder on the pavement, you've got to be taking glucosamine and chondroitin and whatever. At the end of the day, I think in a beverage application versus a pill, it's just another way to be able to get that same nutrient value in deference to taking a pill.
In a different format. And so that brings up a concern of mine, because I noticed in some beverages will have efficacious doses and some will not. And in the March issue of Functional Ingredients magazine, we discussed the issue of pixie dusting. What's the story with pixie dusting, you know?
It's a great question, and consumers really need to be aware today of what brand holders are saying about the levels of ingredients or ingredients period in their product. You probably have seen many of the big beverages that have come out in the functional beverage space over the last 3 or 4 years, and I don't want to be specific with brand names, but many of them have what you referred to as pixie dust, which is typically a far below an efficacious dosage of any particular ingredient. Right. So what I always advise my clients is, if you're going to make a claim or stand on the right side of the FDA, so to speak, and be able to talk to your consumer about why this product is really going to work for you, you have to amalgamate the science that supports the clinical data, which gives you that efficacious platform. So if 250 milligrams of ingredient A is the actual clinical dose, then put that in your product. And be mindful that it's going to cost you more, and that's probably one of the big reasons why pixie dust is in so many products. Just it's a cost issue, and brand holders don't.
It seems like a lot of these functional beverages, they sell at a price premium. I mean, it's sugar water with a functional ingredient in, and the sugar water doesn't cost that much money. So if it's going to cost you an extra nickel a bottle to put an efficacious dose in,
from your lips to the brand holder's ears. I mean, you're saying exactly the right thing. There is a lot of cost in getting product from a brand holder's facility to the consumer. The throughput mechanisms are all raising their costs, fuel costs, things like that. It all adds to the consumer's purchasability. So although yes, many of those products start at a high price, the compression on gross margin also over time drives the pricing down, particularly if you have a competitive environment where you've got 4 or 5 brands kind of focusing on the same space. They can't all win. And so eventually, if you start with a high gross profit margin, you're going to get squeezed. And as long as you've got enough gross profit in there, you can make a living. Generally speaking, though, I still believe, as I said before, that if you're going to use an efficacious dosage and science-based, then use it and put your money in the ingredient platform and let the end user or your consumer understand that this is a product that works, and here's the reasons why.
Yeah, it seems like that's the difference. That this isn't just something that tastes good, in which case you could be a little flexible with your pricing, but the purchase is predicated on having a function in the body to maintain joint or eye or cognitive health, whatever.
Exactly.
That's all we have time for now. Jim, thanks for joining us.